What's happening at Facebook? This is probably my first rant, so I'm trying to look like an idiot. And just for all you sensitive type of folks out there, I am not politically correct. You know that thing that people have in their brain that tells them, yeah, maybe I shouldn't say that. That's kind of inappropriate. Well, yeah, I don't have one of those. So if you're, gonna get your panties in a bunch, you might as well just fucking click stop right now. Anyway, something's been pissing me off lately. All right, I've been watching these posts and everything, and it's political season. The election's coming up next year, and you have all the ultra liberal and ultra conservative just fucking nonsense that's going on, and that's really not the point here. This just brings it into light. But what pisses me off is just the outrageous fucking amount of shaming that's going on. Since when did America become a culture where it's okay to shame one group of people, but the other group of people, oh, you don't touch them. Okay, free speech is free speech, but if you're going to be a fucking asshole, you might as well be ready for the repercussions and for the blowback from the dumb shit that you say. Okay, what pissed me off today is I was reading something about Jeb Bush making welfare cuts, and of course, one of my liberal friends went apeshit over it. But what was her comment? Her comment was, "Oh, wouldn't it be funny if all white men got on a boat and went back to Europe?" Okay, yeah, I gotcha, sarcasm, whatever. That's cool. But now let's flip the script, and if somebody said that about anybody else, the shit would hit the fan. People would absolutely lose their fucking minds over it. But yet it's perfectly acceptable. So why is it acceptable to shame whites? Why is it acceptable to shame Christians and acceptable to just bash the fuck out of the entire American culture? Okay, it's one thing for people in other countries to bash us. Okay, what do people in other countries see when they see our news? They see the dumbest, most stereotypical cocksuckers around. Okay, here's the white guy with the flannel shirt on and the fucking dirty cowboy hat who's looking around at, yeah, if they come to my town and they riot, we're going to take matters into our own hands. Or, the stereotypical Mexican. Yo, vatos, yeah, we're going to take care of that problem. Fuck that, we're going to kill some cops, eh? Or, of course, the dumb blacks that they show on TV. This does not represent the whole black culture, so don't get your panties in a bunch over this. But, yeah. Yo, motherfucker, we gonna burn this bitch down. Yeah, see, they do this on purpose, okay? This is what people from foreign countries see of America. This is what they understand about us. These retards that they see. This does not represent the whole American culture. But now all of a sudden, and so I don't get mad at people in Europe who think that we're all fat, lazy, non-workers, that we're all warmongers, and that we all have guns and we're waiting to go shoot up fucking school buildings or whatever kind of bullshit nonsense that's being spouted. Okay, I want to start off first of all saying I'm not a liberal. I'm not a conservative. I'm pretty much straight down the middle. I don't fucking have any fear of gay people. I don't give a shit what religion you are. Some of the nicest people I've known have been Jews, Muslims, Christians. It doesn't matter. I mean, I never had that hallelujah moment, so I'm pretty much kind of an agnostic, but I don't bash religions. I mean, you want to pray to the rug, you want to pray to the wall, or pray to the sky. That doesn't make a damn bit of difference in my life, and it doesn't change my perspective. You want to marry a fucking man, you want to marry a woman, you want to smoke pot in your house, you want to own guns. I don't give a shit. But don't sit here in our country reaping the fucking rewards of our freedom and the shit that people fought for and bash the shit out of the American culture. I'm sick of hearing the fucking America. Okay, well, if you're so fucking ashamed of our country, go hit another one. There's plenty of them out there. Hell, everybody else is so cultured and we're so fucking backwoods. Why are you here? There's a whole big world out there. Feel free to fucking explore. Okay. And another thing, as far as the race thing goes, if you look at these cheekbones here and this big fucking crooked nose, that should tell you something about my racial heritage. Despite the freaky fucking gray eyes, I'm obviously not 100% cracker, but whatever. And nobody in this country is, for that matter. Just give up the whole racial nonsense. All this shit is a ploy. They want you to feel ashamed of being an American. They want you to feel ashamed of being a Caucasian, of being a Christian. They want you to be ashamed of being a black if they show these ignorant black people. If they show the ignorant Hispanics, they want you to be ashamed of that. You see these fucking assholes on TV beheading people, they want you to be ashamed of your Muslim heritage. But how come we're all pointing a finger at each other? How come it's, all 100% Westboro conservative, kill fag assholes, or 100% fucking Michael Moore, America's the terrible tyrant? Because you're being controlled by the media. You're letting them tell you what to do, what to think. They're guiding you. All these memes and all this bullshit and all these groups on Facebook and all these Twitter accounts. How come nobody pays attention to the real enemy? Who controls all of it? Who controls the media? Who controls Fox News, CBN, CSNBC, and all those others? Here, let's take a look at something. See that? Okay. That is a Federal Reserve note. When you're born, your birth certificate is put into a vault in the Federal Reserve. You are a debit onto the International Monetary Fund, which is what our economy is based on. So basically, we're all born into slavery. So if you want to be hung up on some 400-year-old slavery bullshit, that's fine. But how come everybody wants to point the fingers at whites, blacks, Muslims, Christians, divide, 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 conquer, conquer, conquer. But nobody pays attention to the Federal Reserve. Nobody pays attention to people like the Rothschilds. Does anybody know who Jacob Rothschild is? I'm talking about this motherfucker that looks like a cross between Emperor Palpatine and fucking Smithers from The Simpsons. Do you guys realize that this is the most powerful person in the world, the chairman of the board for the Federal Reserve, the person who controls your money, controls your life, controls your destiny? Yet no one, I don't see any memes about this guy. I don't see anything about the Federal Reserve or the International Monetary Fund or the G7. All I see is infighting and bickering. See? I don't have any fucking puppet strings up here. Yeah, it's like Ultron reference, whatever. I'm a fucking nerd. Get over it. But, come on, people. Let's wake up. Let's stop fighting each other. Let's look at the real enemies. Who cares about what the fuck Jeb Bush says? Jeb Bush isn't going to be our next president. Hillary Clinton's going to be our next president. It's already determined. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Do you even understand how the Electoral College works? Our representative republics make the vote for us. We don't make the vote. The popular vote does not determine the president of the United States. So it doesn't matter who you vote for. You get as scared as you want about Ted Cruz, or as scared as you want about, any of these liberals that are going to run and just fucking throw in for Hillary at the last minute. But, whatever. Mark my words. She will be the next president of the United States, whether we like it or we don't like it. Unless you want to start becoming smart and pushing for independent candidates to get on the ballot, shit isn't going to change in this country. You could blame the Republicans, you could blame the Democrats, you could blame the rich, you can blame the poor. But basically, it's the middle class in this country that's getting fucked. You know, I have no apologies for what my ancestors might have perpetuated 400 years ago. I sorry about that, but hey, didn't have anything to do with me. You know, I was born during the fucking disco era. I never owned a slave. Nobody in my family ever owned slaves. You know, nobody in my family fought for the South. It's ridiculous. I have no shame about being partially Caucasian. I have no shame about being born in America. America's a fucking great country. You could do whatever you want if you're not too fucking lazy to do it. The opportunities are there. So stop believing the bullshit. Stop believing the hype. Stop being fucking pulled around and led on a fucking leash. Because what's going to happen, we're going to have a civil war in this country. I mean, you could just see it. People are just, oh, it's not a fucking team sport. It's about all of us. White, black, Asian, Hispanic. It's about every person here. We are the fucking great mixing pot. That's what makes us great, is the differences in culture. Okay? And so, why is it necessary or a popular thing now to bash America? Why do you have to hate the American culture in order to be politically correct and understood? That's just fucking ignorant. Why do you have to bash white Americans or some other fucking group in order to make yourself feel better? See, that just shows your own insecurity and fucking stupidity. You know, if you think Jeb Bush speaks for every Caucasian in this country, you're really fucking out there. It just doesn't make any sense. Like I said, free speech is free speech. This is my free speech. If you don't like it, see ya. But anyways, and you know, and this shit's being taught in schools too. It was, you know, I don't recall how many times I was sat down in a room and made to watch Roots, and sat in a room with 50 black guys who wanted to kick my ass afterwards. I mean, like I said, I don't blame them. That's what they were taught. But see, at some point, you got to free your fucking mind, and you got to break away from this bullshit. This isn't a team sport. This is about all of us. Okay? This is about them trying to turn us into a collective, unilateral society. We're not. We're individuals. This is America. This is where the religious fuck-ups, the criminals, the people who wanted to change things, the revolutionaries came. People came to escape this communism and this bullshit. Not to do it here. And that's another thing that drives me nuts. Since when the fuck did communism become such a great thing? Do you motherfuckers study 20th century history? Do you not realize 90 million people died under the roots of communism? It's not some hippie, flowery fucking thing. It's do as we say or we exterminate you. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work here. Never, ever, ever will it. So, you know, dream the fuck on about that. Might as well let that go. Okay, yes, America has perpetuated some fucked up shit. White people have perpetuated some fucked up shit, and so have other races. And, you know, if you study history, you'll know that every culture has owned slaves. Every culture has beat other cultures down. Let's get over that. This is a mixing pot. None of us are 100% anything. If you think that, you're fucking retarded. You know, and like I said, Christians, that's another thing. Everybody wants to bash Christianity. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily subscribe to the whole magic wizard in the sky thing. But you know what? Some of the best people I've known have been Christians. And cops. Okay, so you see a few asshole cops that are fucking beating people up. Why? They want to instigate bullshit. They want to instigate civil unrest. so that they could pass more stupid fucking laws and control us more. So they instigate that shit. Okay? You get a dickhead at Walmart who doesn't ring you up right. Do you declare fucking war on all Walmart employees? You get a bad dentist. Do you start bombing dentist's office? I mean, this doesn't make sense. You know, yes, there are dickhead cops. Yes, there are fucking dickhead white people and dickhead black people, but you don't fucking throw it all out there into one big fucking generalization. That just makes you look fucking retarded. Okay? And hey, I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but I'm just speaking my mind. If you don't like it, hey, just, fucking go ahead and delete me and forget you know me. Most of you have anyway. Um, so let's just keep it together, America. Let's think about it. Let's stop being ashamed of what we are and look to fucking fix the problems. Why don't we start signing petitions to get rid of the Federal Reserve? People are controlling the money and the media and everything else, instead of worrying about the whole Republican Democrat fucking nonsense. Okay, let's stop bashing our country and work together to fix it. Let's stop bashing other cultures and just accept it. I don't give a shit if somebody has a turban on their head or if somebody wears a cross. That doesn't change me. So let's just think about things. Let's think about the Federal Reserve. Let's think about who's behind the curtain controlling it all, instead of pointing fingers at the Republicans or the Democrats. Let's stop watching the stereotypical assholes that they show you on TV. And let's stop thinking that. And people in foreign countries, please don't pay attention to these fucking morons that you see on YouTube and CBN. It's just those don't represent all of us. Trust me. Okay. And so let's work together. Let's stop being fucking retarded. Let's stop being led. And let's stop fucking bashing one group over another. Stupid. Doesn't make any sense. All you're doing is fucking alienating a bunch of people and pissing others off for no fucking reason. It's retarded. And pretty much, I mean, that's all I basically have to say. Yeah, it pisses me off. Let's stop fucking shaming whites. Let's stop shaming fucking other races. Let's stop shaming fucking Americans and the American culture. If you don't think it's cool, whatever, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to tell you that you're a fucking retarded puppet. That's all I got to say about that. Peace the fuck out. Laters.